Really is a thing of beauty when SVB breaks the balls. Seems to do it like no other, and he's been rewarded with a split. Just look at the cue ball. Did get kicked in the end, but the control was there.
And the break-off there, it seems like an entirely different table to the kind of break-offs we were seeing predominantly in the first session.
Yeah, what Shane's done is decided to go maximum power because he knows the break is inconsistent, so he's made a good decision there. He's going full power and he's trying to basically pot as many balls as he can.
If breaking off in pool was a university course, Shane van Boening would have a master's degree. No one studies how to break off to greatest effect better than him.
Well, he does have 2 masters, and that's 2 World Pool Masters to his name. This is always a nice shot. He'll either play below the 7, which I think is a smart move, or he could go high of the middle. Yeah, the angle was too big, so he decided to go below the 7. Smart move. Been around a long time now, Shane. 38 years of age.
Extension code.
And he's always been there at the top. He's never really had one of them years where he's gone missing. He's always deep in the events. Yeah, they're not easy to win, you know, pool tournaments. But he's always there. Never won the World Nineball Championships yet, but he's lost in 2 finals. And he's the type of player where you always expect him to certainly make it through to that single elimination format that all the pool tournaments offer, and he's going to take the opening rack.
Ruiz, they're still in their first rack, but it looks as though Kazakis might strike first. What an extraordinary session it was, Carl, for Sanchez Ruiz to win 4 times on the trot against, in order, Al-Qaedi, Filler, Ouschan, and finally Omar Al-Shaheen. He went from potentially struggling to really prospering. And if you weren't with us for the tail end of the first session of today, over on table 1, well, I can tell you Kazakis scored a vital 5-4 win over David Al-Qaedi in a match that, as you can tell from the score, could easily have gone the other way.
Yeah, there's something about the Kazakis Al-Qaedi match where always seems to throw some drama our way.
Second rack, Albin Ouschan to break, trailing by 1 rack to 0.
Just a reminder, if you want to see all of the table to action, you can go on to matchroom.live and it's there for you.
Albin needs the 7 to get out of the way, and it has done so. You can clearly see something's going on in this interval because the 9 ball's staying around the triangle area of the rack. First shot is going to be very, very important for Albin. Kind of feel like this is the shot that's going to win him the rack. There's always 1 or 2 shots that come up where you feel like, certainly when I'm looking at the table and the other pros, there's always a shot where you feel like if they get this right, They've done the hard work. So he's not too bad on the 3. And again, this would be another one. Don't know if he can play this with top right-hand side English to come through the gap, or if he has to draw the cue ball back off the left. Well, if he does draw that cue ball back, he's going near the middle pocket. So he might have to play like a stun draw shot. That changes the angle a little bit. Yeah, that's what he did. He played a stun draw. He's going to be happy with this. Well, I say he's going to be happy. It's just stopped a little bit short of being perfect. These are the matches where Albin Ouschan, he really gets up for these matches, you know, when he's playing that top tier professional. Had an incredible season last year, which was rightly so made him the #1 player in the world. Won the World Nineball Championships, the US International Championship League. It was a great year from the man from Austria.
That was solid. They have played each other before in this tournament. That's the structure of it in phase 1 in the round robin, for what it's worth, which isn't a great deal really. Van Boening won 5-2. Another day, another dollar.
Of course, the 8 to the 9 is bread and butter, but just the fact of where he's landed was so nice. Just made the shot really natural. Just popped the ball, stood off the rail for an easy 9.
Well, I said pure class to describe the first rack, and it really does fit the second as well. Ouschan equalises. Look on table 2. The cue ball is so far into the pocket, it's defying A, belief, and B, gravity.
Yeah, the 9 ball's gone near the diamond. I don't want to say it, but I will. Mr. Lehman, he's reffing. Well, he's actually just flicked the one, so that was a nice shot.
Just been given some really interesting news from Matt Lynch of Matchroom Multisport. Tickets for the 2022 Moscone Cup at Bally's Las Vegas will go on pre-sale on Thursday, the 24th of February at 10 AM to Matchroom Pool Club members, with general sale from 7 AM. That's Pacific time, USA, on Friday the 25th of February.
Shane Van Boening to break 1 rack each.
Yet again, Shane Van Boening blasts the pack and balls just disappear. 4 balls this time. If there was a stat for most balls on the break at the end of a tournament, you would think SVB would be right up there at the top.
Yeah, because usually he plays more racks than anyone else, and then his average is superior. So I think the maths definitely works out on that one, Carl. You've nailed it.
Got to be careful with the cue ball. Oh, this looks good. This needs to bounce. I think he's just going to be okay. He does play them shots so good. They look so easy then, but when you're cutting the ball in, you've got to make sure you get the cue ball travelling on the right path. And then, of course, the pace has to be good. He's probably going to cinch this in and play the 6 in the right centre. Yeah, that's what he chose to do. You would like this cue ball to slow down a little bit, though. Yeah, this has just changed the shot a little bit, because now playing it into the right centre, he can't hold the cue ball to play the brown 7 in the bottom left. And if he's going to play this in the bottom right corner, he's got to hit this hard. And we've seen these pockets spit out. Maybe he's playing for the brown 7 in the top left. Oh, this is a nice shot. Take note of that shot, guys. Just leave yourself a shot on the 7. Nicely done.
He's come to play tonight, has the Dakotan. Flawless, faultless, fantastic. Shane van Boening has got the better of 3 quality racks to lead Albin Ouschan 2-1. Let's hope it continues in this vein after the break.
Rack 4, Albin Ouschan to break, trailing by 2 racks to 1.
Desislava Boshilova, the referee for this one, announcing the start of the 4th rack. Can Albin Ouschan respond?
Oh, look at the cue ball. This could spin for a clean minute. Watch the cue ball, folks. I bet it's still spinning when we come back to real time. Let's have a look. It's just stopped. You couldn't put the cue ball more centre if you tried.
The other thing as well is, how is this table breaking now in comparison with the first session? It is like, well, night and day, the other way around.
Yeah, the other thing and all is Albin's quite aware of Shane's break, so he's probably doing his own little thing to just tell Shane, hey buddy, it's not just you who can whack the balls. I think he's going to be okay here. Yes, he is going to be okay. In fact, he's absolutely perfect. This is for the 4th break and run of the match.
Not so fluent, but perhaps just as important. On table 2, Alexander Kazakis leads Francisco Sanchez Ruiz 2-0.
many years ago, Phil, the legend Earl Strickland was playing in a tournament that was winner breaks, and I'm sure it was 11 racks. If you break and run 11 racks, you win $1 million, and he completed the feat.
Yeah, if you put up $1 million for that, you'd want 2.5-inch pockets, wouldn't you, towards the 8th or 9th rack? What a phenomenal achievement. And that's the kind of stuff that Earl, I was going to say could do, still can do. He's competitive even now. Lots of side to make sure that position is achieved, and it's just about on a sixpence. Absolutely terrific, this. Both players simultaneously peaking, and when that happens, that's the ingredient for a classic. In this case, a short classic, because it's only a race to 5. And of course, there's a Moscone Cup dynamic here, because Albin Ouschan is a mainstay of Team Europe these days. Shane van Boening has played for the USA on countless occasions. The reason I'm saying, just to repeat, Bally's Las Vegas is going to be the new home of the Moscone Cup this year. It starts on November the 30th, completes on December 3. So the weather in Las Vegas then will be almost perfect. Sunny skies, crisp mornings. Look at it over those spring mountains and the desert there. Terrific. And then you've got a day of pool ahead. And I must tell you, the tickets, as I mentioned before, go on pre-sale 10 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday the 24th of February to Matchroom Pool Club members, with general sale from 7 a.m. Pacific time on Friday the 25th of January. Whichever package you choose to go for, the price will be right, much like a stage show that used to be held at Bally's in Las Vegas. The price will be right, because it's always value at the Moscone.
Well, this is just obscene, Phil. Another 4 balls on the break. You remember how many he potted on the first break? He potted 4 on his second break. This is his third break. Another 4 balls. He's absolutely crunching the rack.
One of those matches, Carl, where it's the feeling of who will blink first.
Yeah, this is just simply brilliant, this from Shane. Nice use of 2 rails there, arcing the cue ball into the second rail. Perfect on the 9. 5th break and run. That's 5 out of 5 in this match.
And this perfection is not unprecedented in this tournament. Late on Thursday night, the last match on table 2 saw David Al-Kaidi beat Eklund Kachi 5-4, and the decisive moment, you could say, was the lag, because every single rack was a break and run out. Al-Kaidi did it 5 times. Kachi only had the opportunity to do it 4. And I'll tell you what, Cole, the way these two are playing, you could see that repeated here.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often. I know people probably think it happens a lot, but it really doesn't. As you've seen in this afternoon session, the break can be quite nasty. It's just the breaking so powerful, and Well, they're getting a shot on the lowest ball. That always helps.
I've still got those Moscone Cub juices flowing. Call Valleys, what a great location that is on the famed Las Vegas Strip. If you haven't been, it really is in a prime location. You've got the legendary Caesar's Palace right across the road.
Trading by 3 rocks to 2.
Yeah, the Moscone Cup in Vegas, simply fantastic. If you've never been to a Moscone Cup and you like watching pool, well, you've got to go to Vegas. You will not regret that. Lost the cue ball a little bit, obviously trying to park it, but this looks like he's going to have a shot. And he does have a shot, so the run could keep continuing. He's on the 1 ball into the right centre. The 2's on the left side of the table, so this is real nice.
Don't want to detract from this. It's so special. Let me quickly tell you, it is now 3-0 Alexander Kazakis over Sanchez Ruiz on the other table.
Yeah, and that's a must-win match for Kazakis. He currently sits on 10 points. And that's tied with Skylar Woodward. They're both tied for 6th place. Skylar's just in front on the rack difference, but there's still plenty of matches to go. Again, he's got a nice angle here just to float this ball in the pocket. Pink 4 ball's the next ball. Shoot that into the top right. Just lost the cue ball a little bit there. He wanted to be a little bit straighter to play the 6 in the top right. Now he's probably going to play the 6 down the long rail into the bottom right.
Just trying to urge the cue ball to bounce off the side cushion slightly. It's only a minor issue.
Yeah, I think the shot here is to float high side of the 7, so play for the 7 in the right centre. Because if you do miss hit it a little bit, it goes past the 8 in this corner. If he was to play below the 7, he's only giving himself 1 pocket. That would be the top right pocket, so he's going to stun above the 7. Oh, he could hold it. He's milking this, Phil. Held it nice. And this is for 6 break and runs.
Two giants butting heads. No quarter given. Thrust and counter thrust. Simply terrific. Who will show a sign of weakness first? Maybe it's all about the break. And if that's the case, Ouschan could be facing quite a tough task. 3-3.
Rack 7, Shane Van Boening to break. 3 racks each.
If you want mistake-free pool, you've come to the right place.
Well, this is nothing short of a complete farce, Phil. Another 4 balls. He's made 4 balls on the break again. I can't remember how many he made on his very first break, but the last 3 breaks, he's made 4 balls every single time. This is unheard of. He's got a real tricky shot on this 3 ball. And he'll want to attack this just purely because he's broken ran the first 3. Could be forgiven for playing a safety shot. But he's itching to attack.
On the other table, the 4th rack went to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz with a virtually unmissable 3-9 combination. But Alexander Kazakis has just won the 5th rack to lead 4-1. He's arrived on the hill. Well, had he gone in off there, that would have been entirely cruel. It's cruel enough as it is when the cue balls come to rest. But I suppose at least he's got his own fate in his hands.
That wasn't easy, was it? He needs the 4 to hit the 8. Yeah, he's going to be happy with the outcome.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, they aren't robots, they can make the odd mistake.
Extension code.
Yeah, it's a tricky shot he's faced with here. I don't know if he can just bank the 4 straight up off the 2 rails. Does the 4 even pass the 8? Or is it this all wrong? All wrong. He's trying to hit that ball full and send the 4 up towards the 9 on the back rail. This is not an easy pot though. This is a tester. It's always difficult when you're playing it into a pocket that's not in your eye line. And Shane will know this is an important shot at 3-3. Yeah, and he's missed it, Phil. Albin's got the break in the next rack as well, so there was a lot of pressure on that shot for Shane.
We said, didn't we, one of them would be the first to blink. It's Van Boening.
They've both played 17 matches and they're both on 12 points. Yeah, he's okay. Well, he kept running, but he should still be okay. Can put it in the corner.
Side applied, position obtained.
Quick update on table 2. Kazakis is leading that match 4-1 over Sanchez. Sanchez has made lovely progress today, winning his first 4 matches.
not entirely a gimme, this. Of course, everyone would be astounded if he were to miss. When we've seen this shot missed so far this week, and it has been quite a few times, it's been overcut generally. But Ouschan, as solid as a rock, right into the heart of the target. And the first rack against the break goes to the Austrian. He leads 4-3. He's on the hill and he's breaking in rack 8.
This is table 2. Kazakis is at the table. Got a long one ball. One ball's over the left pocket. Needs to play this with quite a lot of spin to get on the blue 2. And he also needs to win this match. Where's the cue ball?
It's a foul.
Didn't put any spin on the cue ball there, did he?
Start the clock, please.
Well, if Sanchez Ruiz wriggles out of this one, he will know officially it's his day. Has one more match left later on. Tough one against Jason Shaw. As for Kazakis, he remains on table 2 after this to take on Omar Al Shaheen. And then a little later we'll see him on table 1 against Joshua Filler.
Track 8. Albin Ouschan to break on the hill.
Albin's broken run every rack so far in this match. He would love another right now. Six ball's going to go in the right centre, and he's going to get a shot at this one. At first, he felt like it was going to be a dry break.
Yes, he was getting ready, wasn't he, to express exasperation, and then he reined himself in when he realised he was okay. More than okay.
Yeah, he's probably going to play this with low left. Come on the high side of the 7, then the cue ball off the left rail. Looks a decent table layout, doesn't it? If he does go on to run these balls, he's broken ran every single break in this match.
Yeah, the odds are in his favour, but there's no denying there might be the odd pitfall, especially considering that this is the clinching rack. Quickly, it is 4-2 on table 2. The Kazakis scratch was costly.
He'd love to get the cue ball back in a similar position to where it is now. Yeah, that's fine. Anywhere around the middle of the table is good enough. Just got to pop the ball here. Doesn't have to worry about position. Naturally, the cue ball's going to float over towards that left centre. He'll use the second rail, and that will give him a nice angle on the 7.
Extension code.
He's decided to swing the other way, which is completely fine. Needs the cue ball to stop. Yeah, it's there. This is looking good for the clean sweep on the break and runs for the world #1.
And it's a victory that will take Albin Ouschan back into second place for now in the table. You know, particularly across the Atlantic Ocean, Shane van Boening is #1 in the hearts and minds of so many pool fans. But Albin Ouschan is #1 in the newly issued Nineball World Rankings, as Carl said.